Hello guys and welcome back to another Gothic 2 returning mod with me, Slivers. This is going to be a part where we join the Hunters Guilds people. But first, let me kill a field raider that's been following me. Anyway, the Hunters Guild is between Owner's Farm and Sekop's Farm, but the easiest way to get there is actually going above to Sekop's Farm and around if you want to avoid all the unnecessary wolves and wargs, especially in this mod. They've added quite a few more enemies, and well, since we don't have any experience on how to get teeth or fangs just yet, we're gonna learn it from the Hunters Guild. And well, before we start, we do need 3 Shadow Beast skins. You can get one from going on a hunt with Bartok. The second one is probably where you killed the first bandit group for the Thieves Guild quest. And the third one is in the camp where the Assassins Guild settled in before you actually find them a cave to settle in. Anyway, you gotta talk to Falk at least 3 times before he actually tells you what to do. And you get your first leather armor, even though you could have gotten it way earlier, and it doesn't really matter. They can actually teach you how to make better armor out of skins like wolves, wargs, shadow beasts, and so on. Either way, I'm gonna grab all the quests here so we get on our way as soon as we can. The first one, the easiest one, is probably getting wolf skins for Fog because we already have them on our inventory. And here I'm just asking him questions about what's up with the camp, who can teach me how to train certain stuff, and of course, he's gonna tell me everything about hunting certain types of beasts in the woods. And for each one and every one of them, you do get 100 experience, so you might as well get it. 100 experience, I think it's normal if you play this on easy mode. You probably get less if you play it on medium, or well, we don't have medium hard or easy mode. It's just the difficulty you pick before starting the game. If you actually listen how to kill a certain beast in the woods, this dialogue actually gets interesting, and you might learn something new on the way. We also get a letter from Falk for Bosper, which we're gonna get into town so he can get his branded arrows. Nyx actually tells us about his wolf pet. Yes, there are pets in this game. You can actually summon them anytime you want, as soon as you get some. But Nyx wolf is actually dying, and you need to get him an antidote from Sagita. Roth needs a new bow, and he also wants an egg from a lurker. Alfred is one of those people that can teach you the most amount about getting trophies from animals, as well as Grom, which we're gonna visit afterwards, as well as the guy next to the black troll. He can also teach you some stuff. Dragomir is a person who can teach you how to shoot a crossbow, but one of his crossbows was actually lost in the Circle of the Sun. We're not gonna do that in this episode. Instead, we're gonna attack to Barem or Barem. I'm not sure how to pronounce it properly. He wants 4 or 5 lurker claws. And I'm gonna start off by going to the farm of Onar and visiting our good old friend Grom, so he can basically teach us the basics of how to gut animals. So we're gonna save the game here. There's also going to be 2 trolls inside of that little valley. We got to get rid of these snappers, of course, beforehand. There used to be a camp here with Grom, and he was woodworking or whatever he was doing. Now he's just sitting here, so I guess they removed some of the stuff as well. He wants milk, bread, and ham just as a requirement for him to teach you certain stuff. And there's at least 4 things that he can teach you. After that, we're gonna get on with the trolls. Can you share? Here's now bows don't do any damage to these trolls, so we're gonna just use our spear. And I think they're actually juvenile trolls, so they shouldn't be that hard to beat. Even though they're not hard to beat as it is, because you can just dodge. You cannot slap them on the butt like you used to in the base game, and just going around them. That doesn't work in returning. Instead, you have to face them straight on, and just dodge whenever they try to punch you in the face. I always save the game after a troll fight so I don't have to redo it. And the second one also the second one will also die quite fast. Since we do have a lot of bleeding damage, the troll dies even faster with the bleeding. I even got hit over there, so nothing's perfect. Even though I got 550 health, I stayed alive, mostly because of the armor I got from the Assassin's Guild. If you're doing this with a regular leather armor though, that will probably kill you. If you're wondering about this little tower here, don't worry about it, that comes later. It's part of the Necromancer quest, and we'll do that much later in the game. Anyway, you give 2 troll hides to Grom, and he gives you 500 gold, 800 experience, and he also provides a vote for challenging folk. Next up is the town, and we're gonna go see Nicholas. Nicholas is one of the hunters that is above Corinus, and well, you just only need to bring him 12 pieces of raw meat for him to give you the vote for challenging folk at the end. Nicholas will also give you a piece of fried meat that gives you +1 strength. And on top of that, he can also teach you how to make arrows. Basics, of course, but it's worth making them, especially if you're going to use your bow a lot. Arrows and bolts in this case. Sorry if I didn't add the bolts at the end. And now, since we're finished with that, we're gonna go to the Dead Harpy Tavern and go to our right towards one of the bandits. We're gonna leave them for later, of course, but I just want to get a new bow for Raphael, or Rafa, in this case. Don't forget to pray every time you can, as said in multiple instances of this series. The new bow will be in one of those chests over here. But you have to kill the lizards before you even get there, though. The bow is a composite bow. It's also one of the better bows if you're playing the base game of Gothic, but here's just a, normal bow that you can't really do much with. It's actually worse than the one I'm using, but I guess he just wants it. There will also be an ancient rune tile here in this little corner, in case you missed it. We do have a video regarding ancient rune tiles in the playthrough of the Gothic Returning. This is actually a guide, a little bit different. And the King Sorrel on the side of the cliff towards the bandits. You can also do a separate quest here for Ragnar by giving him the reason to continue living as a convict. You can give him 1,000 gold and he can join the monastery. I don't know where he got the sheep though, but I guess that's how it works. You also get extra quests later on when he joins. And you can also give him certain amount of food for some extra experience. After that, we're gonna go back to the Dead Harpy Tavern and we're gonna start off by killing all of these wolves. I haven't been through here yet. There's gonna be quite a couple of them. Normally there's 4, but since the quest is added, there's now 8 of them in one place. Still quite easy to kill, especially with the bow. And we do get quite a bit of teeth and skins for it. If you continue down this path towards the river, however, there will be some extra stuff you need to gather, such as the lurker egg. There are also lurkers there, but I forgot to get them, and I will do that after I rejoined the Hunters Guild in their camp. Now, normally you would go to the excavation here with Laris, and he would help you get rid of all of these. I decided to do it myself since it's not that hard. Killing all of these scavengers and well, there's a certain amount of goblins up there too. But we're not here for that. We're here for the lurker egg. Lurker egg should be across the river, which you can't even see on my screen because I have the issue of water not rendering properly. Either way, there's gonna be at least 2 spiders there, which I'm gonna probably kill with the bow. And oh yeah, also a mall rat over there. Giant spider is quite of a big threat at the beginning of the game. At this point, not so much. Because if he does get close to you, he can attack very fast. And this lurker is also very strong if he gets a few hits on you. He can actually kill you. It's not like the normal lurker, it's an old lurker, so it has more health, more of everything basically. I even forgot that there was a spider here, so that's why I couldn't pick up anything. But he gets killed very easily instead. Another ancient rune tile will be right there at the end of this little ravine next to the river. And now I am going to Sagita's place. And there's a couple of things you might need to help Nix's wolf, and that is a king sorrel, 3 pieces of swamp wheat, a healing root, and something else if I'm not mistaken. Either way, you get a medicine of Sagita and you get 500 experience, and then you can return to the hunter's camp. I actually forgot to go to the city to get Bosper's arrows, so we're doing that right now. He gets 100 branded arrows from Bosper, so do not open that little letter that Paul gave you in the first place. Otherwise, well, Bosper won't talk to you and Paul won't talk to you afterwards. I did that one mistake and I couldn't do anything about it afterwards. I lost his trust, basically. Nyx is next, getting the medicine from Sagita. Hulk's in the way, training, so we can't even see how he heals him. Either way, he doesn't get healed right away. He gets healed like a day or two afterwards, but Wolf will be just fine as long as you do this quest in the same day. We're gonna tell Alfred we'll kill the 4 murder wolves next to the dead harpy. We're gonna give Raph a bow, and he gives us an elixir of life, and an egg lurker, of course. He teaches how to use a bow better. Now here I'm gonna go through the area which I avoided earlier. I kill a couple of lurkers, mostly because I need them for Baron. It's a good thing they added a button just to pick up stuff instantly instead of picking everything separately. It does lose a little bit of immersion. You can still turn that off if you want to, but I decided not to. Anyway, there's gonna be a couple of more lurkers next to this swamp area. In case you're missing some lurker claws. And of course a couple of blood flies at that. Always great experience. Might as well kill everything as soon as you are able to within the first chapter. I'm gonna try to get around and get rid of most of the beasts around Corinus and its surroundings. I'm gonna go back to the hunter's camp and we're gonna deliver Baram his lurker claws. He's gonna give us 3 pieces of carapace of the crawler, which are meant for armor mostly. So now he gives us the quest of making that armor for him. Anyway, I'm talking to Alfred and he gives us his consent of challenging Falk as well. And that's about it for the Hunters Guild Part 1. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please do hit that like button and of course subscribe for more future content. I'll see you in the next one.